Here's why Spain have already won Euro 2024. No jokes aside, but Spain actually have a much better chance of triumphing in Berlin on the 14th of July than most of you might think. Nobody has them among the top favourites, but this edition of the Euros has every chance of ushering in a new golden generation for Spain. And today, we do a detailed analysis. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the top contenders. At the moment, the predictions being made by every football content creator on social media are very hot. Everyone is saying France this, England that, Germany are up there too. Well, to a certain extent, we can agree that France are the biggest favourites to win the title, as they simply don't have a weak position on the pitch. Didier Deschamps could simply field Koundé and Konate at the back, fresh Champions League winners Tchouaméni and Camavinga in the middle, and Mbappé up front, and watch his team beat everyone by a few goals. Actually, that would make a dream five-a-side, really. Yes, indeed. France do not only have their incredible quality in every position, but they also have proved themselves to be an international giant over the last 10 years. It all started in 2014 when they reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and then massively improved by playing 3 finals in 6 years: Euro 2016 and the World Cup in 2018 and 2022. As for England, they too have a great generation, no doubt about that. But where is their recognition on the biggest stage? Where is their success? And please don't say England also reached the final of the last Euros, and they were easily the most favoured team of all, playing 6 of their 7 games at Wembley. Realistically, they played the home tournament, only having to travel to Rome once to beat Ukraine 4-0 in the quarterfinals, before returning to London for the 2 final games. So despite their star power, England don't exactly command respect, especially with Gareth Southgate at the helm. As for Germany, well, they are always among the favourites because they are just, Germany. Everyone is afraid of them. As Gary Lineker once said, football is a simple game. 22 men chasing the ball for 90 minutes, and in the end, the Germans always win. Yes, if we're talking about the 80s or 90s, that would indeed be the case. But now in the 2020s, Germany are no longer so dominant in international football. They have a new young generation and a young coach who has no experience as an international manager. He also has to manage a dressing room with a huge age gap between the players. You have Kroos, Gundogan and Thomas Müller on one side, and Musiala and Wirtz on the other. All 5 of them who play a major role in the team. And if that hasn't convinced you that Germany won't make something spectacular, let's take a look at their attack. Well, Germany with Havertz and Nicholas Füllkrug up front simply don't have the firepower to lift the trophy for the first time since 1996. Now, before we move on to our main topic, we remind you to subscribe for more Euro-related content. Spain are undoubtedly France's closest rivals for the title. They have a legacy, a reputation, and a squad that doesn't look like Didier Deschamps on paper, but is balanced and dangerous. In goal, they have Unai Simon, who will be travelling to Germany in the best form of his career. The Athletic Bilbao shot-stopper capped off his best campaign by winning La Liga's Zamora Trophy for the best goalkeeper of the season. He kept an incredible 18 clean sheets and conceded just 33 goals in the 23-24 campaign, which is a huge bonus for Spain. He also has plenty of experience in the national shirt, having made over 40 appearances for La Roja in the last 4 years. The only weak link in Spain's team seems to be the centre-back position. Coach Luis de la Fuente may not have made up his mind which pair of centre-halves he will start with, as it is likely to be the duo of former Man City player Aymeric Laporte and Real Sociedad's Robin Lenormand. Lenormand is an household name, but the French-born Spaniard has great footwork and the size and pace to be an excellent partner for Laporte. From here, Spain's remaining 8 players are more or less clear-cut. On either flank, we have arguably the best fullbacks in the world, Dani Carvajal on the right and Alejandro Grimaldi on the left. The Real Madrid man is in the form of his life at the age of 32. He's been instrumental in Madrid's La Liga and Champions League triumphs, even scoring the all-important opener in the final against Borussia Dortmund. As for Grimaldo, the Barcelona youngster had an inspiring season with Bayer Leverkusen, winning the Bundesliga and the German Cup, as well as making the mind-blowing, for a fullback, 29 goal contributions in all competitions. Yeah, it's safe to say that Spain are safe on the flanks. In midfield, we'll be watching Rodri, Pedri, and either Dani Olmo or Fabian Ruiz. The first two have secured starting spots, as the Man City and Barcelona players have been the foundation of Spain's midfield for the last 3 years. Rodri will be the engine of the team, helping out in defence and starting every La Roja attack, while Pedri will be the main creator in the middle. The final player in the midfield, however, will be chosen mainly on the basis of the opposition. Fabian Ruiz would be an excellent choice against high to mid-block opponents, as he has the versatility to play both defensively and offensively. Simply put, if De La Fuente needs a box-to-box midfielder, Fabian is the right man. If, on the other hand, Spain face a weaker opponent who will mostly want to defend, as they might do against Albania in the group stage, then Olmo will be the better choice, as he is more direct than Fabian, and Spain will have another prominent creator in midfield alongside Pedri. And then there is the attack, which is perhaps Spain's most interesting line. As you may recall, La Roja won 3 successive titles between 2008 and 2012, playing nearly all the time without typical wingers. The coaches at the time, Luis Aragonés and Vicente Del Bosque, introduced a style of play that focused on possession and control. Subsequently, in the 2014-18 period, Spain continued with this approach, but with different players, as Iniesta, Xavi, David Silva and Xabi Alonso aged and were no longer the incredible players of the late 2000s and early 2010s. And that's why Spain failed in successive tournaments after the golden generation. The game had started to change dramatically, and that tactic was no longer working. With the arrival of Luis Enrique, however, Spain's style completely changed, as he decided to implement the most modern and widespread approach, with 2 sharp wingers. Unlike 10 years ago, Spain now have the ability to create situations, not primarily through the centre, but also through the wings. Coach Luis de la Fuente, who has successfully carried on Luis Enrique's ideology, will have at his disposal 2 of the sharpest wingers in the world, Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams. Both are lightning fast and have very similar styles of play. Unbelievable dribbling, brilliant speed, and are excellent at creating chances. At the top of the attack, Spain have 2 main options, Alvaro Morata and Ferran Torres. Morata is likely to be the regular starter, as he is excellent in the air and a good poacher, while Ferran is more mobile, excels in the counter-attack and will do wonders in transition. As far as Spain's chances are concerned, on paper the path to the quarter-finals is wide open. Indeed, as luck would have it, they are in the group of death with Croatia and Italy, against whom La Roja will play the first 2 games. For many, playing tough opponents right at the start is a negative, because you don't have time to get into the right rhythm of your game. Well, that's not exactly the case, because playing strong opponents from the outset would give you a psychological boost and reputation as a team that can beat the giants before the big battles of the knockout stages begin. What is more, just over a year ago in June 2023, Spain beat Italy and Croatia en route to their maiden Nation League finals. Another proof of the fact that this Spain squad is capable of winning trophies. So in an ideal scenario, Spain could take at least 4 points from the first 2 games before facing Albania in the final round of the group stage. In the right circumstances, Luis de la Fuente will even have the luxury of resting his key players if Spain have already secured top spot. Indeed, topping the group is perhaps the secret to winning the Euros, as it puts the strongest teams in different parts of the draw. And if you want to add a little drama to the situation, well, the last time Spain won the competition, in 2012, Croatia and Italy were, again, in their group. It really does look like it's written in the stars for Spain to add a 4th European title to their trophy cabinet. So if Spain win Group B, they will surely face one of the 4 best third-place teams in the round of 16. The most likely options are Hungary, Scotland, Austria, Poland, Slovakia, Ukraine, or Turkey. Another interesting fact about the draw of the knockout stages is that the winners of Group A and B have a good chance to meet in the quarterfinals. This means that there'll be a real possibility that Germany will be Spain's first tough opponent on the road to triumph. Furthermore, in the scenario that Spain finish top of their group, they will also have the winner of Group F in their half of the draw, which would almost certainly mean a possible meeting with Portugal in the semi-finals. In any case, as we have seen, Spain have a brilliant squad, and Luis de la Fuente has a great deal of experience with young players, having coached Spain's youth team before taking over the senior side. They have all the ingredients for a strong performance and the start of a new golden generation in the years to come, led mainly by Barcelona players who have yet to improve. Yamal, Pedri, defender Pau Cubarsí, as well as Alejandro Balde and Gavi, who missed out on De La Fuente's squad for the European Championship through injury. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't, feel free to share your views on the progress of the Euros in the comments section. Also, if you want to watch something similar like this, just click on our previous uploads. Again, thanks for watching and catch you in the next one. Hey GOF, Spain have got a solid unit, mate. They could be the winners.
Like and subscribe.